Every time a motherfucker go to jail, they all of a sudden come back as a spiritual leader, or they done changed religions, or they got this new diet, or now they're a lawyer, or they're a healing doctor. Come back as something else. And when I seen thick ass, raggedy Casey Anthony on here talking about, let me reintroduce myself, I've been a legal advocate since 2011, and it's time for me to share my story or whatever she's trying to do. I said, oh girl, see, you think we forgot what you did, didn't you? But we gonna recap it, and then we gonna watch your stupid ass video, because we're gonna make sure people know exactly who you are. You another member of the Bad Moms Club. Welcome, bitch. And I was thinking, are you delusional? You're throwing in the public's face that you know how to look up legal information in order to escape prison time, which is exactly what you did to your own kid, and you want to reintroduce yourself because you think that we care. You might have got off with like the jury because they didn't know much about you, and let's be honest, a jury can't analyze forensic evidence that's over 30 days old. You knew exactly what you was doing. And any of us who watch true crime know a major reason why Casey got off with what she did to her daughter is because the body was already decomposed. So what were they going to find? While there was speculation of what could have happened and the environment was set for a death to have occurred in the trunk of the car that her parents let her use, it couldn't be confirmed. Therefore, she was able to walk free after a couple of years in prison. She just got in trouble for lying to the cops too much. I want to say I have so much love for baby Kaylee. She looked like she was the most joyful baby girl. She looks like one of those kids who you see in Disney movies when they were really little. When they grow up, they end up being still recognizable, but you still see that baby in their face. She had these brownie cute eyes, chubby cheeks, those little chunky arms. She used to wear her hair like little ponytails. Or girl, she didn't have her little long day. She'd have her hair down, her little arm up, propped up on the pillow like, hey girl, what's up? In her little nightgown. She gave me the vibe that if she was in daycare, she gonna stand up for the kid and be like, hey, you give Emmanuel back his toy, because in here we're supposed to share. Isn't that right, Miss Rachel? I mean, just a cute baby girl. But you know, sometimes God needs our children far more than we do, and I'm sure she is up in the kingdom of heaven doing what only she can do with those eyes and that charm of hers. So rest well, baby girl. We know you had other work to do. What's up, my friends, and welcome back once again to the Just Case and Friends. I'm your homegirl, I'm your tia, I'm your prima, I'm your cousin, I'm your friend, I'm whatever you need me to be down here at the Just Case and Friends. If you are new to the channel, welcome on in. What we like to do is get into people's business who end up putting it online and they're like, hey, you can't judge me. And we're like, yeah, we can. Because if you're going to put it on the internet, you want us to judge you. You want us to say something about it because you want to monetize off of it. And the only way your ass is going to monetize is if we say something. So that's what we like to do over here at the Neighborhood, is to get into people's business that want us to. We are a community of intellectuals who are also individuals and have lives outside of the internet. We just like to peek in, see what's going on, then go on about our day. If you have not subscribed, and that sounds like your tribe, then subscribe now. If you're already a part of the Neighborhood, what's up? You know we got that whole thing going with the Bad Moms Club. We got Ashley, we got Bree, we got Valet, we got Steph. I mean, the list continues. Quiet as it's kept. I think Brene gonna be another bad mom too, because sound like she trying to get pregnant by Tim, and she might have been successful with her stupid slow ass. Then we have Casey Anthony. Oh yeah. On top of everything she did back in 2008 and now her return to the internet in 2025, she also has a website that is already up to over 700 subscribers, where for $10 and I think it's up to $30, $40 a month, you can get her legal advice. Yes, you can. Now, she ain't gonna post it publicly because she know her ass better not do no crazy, stupid shit like that. But oh, she's here for the people. And I just find it funny that she could be here and advocate for people who she doesn't even know, who she feels the judicial system did wrong, but she couldn't advocate for her own child. Oh yeah, it's because you never wanted to be a mother in the first place. That's what it is. Your ass was fast and was out here partying, because I ain't hear nothing about who the father is of Kaylee, and maybe it's because I didn't do a lot of research because I didn't feel like I should have. But just looking at the type of woman she is and how it was speculated that she was having a good time while her daughter was missing lets me know she never wanted to be a mom. I couldn't fathom my 2-year-old going missing or somebody allegedly kidnapping my kid. I would go crazy. Do you hear me? I'll never forget whenever I had to go through the whole interview process, because it's a part of it. Whenever you have a child that dies, they interview you, they ask you what happened. I was giving them as much information as I could, and the detective said, I'm really surprised that you're able to tell me this, because out of all the cases, this is a really hard one to hear about. You don't even have a reason yet. And I was like, I don't think you're supposed to tell me that, for one. I don't think you're supposed to say that straight up to me. I know I'm being strong, but please don't make me cry harder. For two, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, as a mother, you want to say everything so that you could hopefully find a reason or find your child or something, because you're like, that's my baby. But she had none of that type of reaction, even when she was on the phone with her parents in prison, because there's a couple of YouTubers that I'll link down below. I watched their videos to learn more about her. I was listening in on how she was talking to her parents.
Witnesses with experience, and they said that no mother would have ever acted like this if her little girl was dead. Take a listen to this jailhouse conversation that they played for the jurors between Cindy Anthony and Casey Anthony.
You don't know what my involvement is and stuff?
Casey.
Mom.
What?
No.
I don't know what your involvement is, sweetheart. You're not telling me where she's at.
Where she's at. Are you kidding me?
Casey, don't waste your call to scream and holler at me.
Waste my call sitting in, the jail?
Whose fault is
bunks are?
Whose fault is you sitting in the jail? You're blaming me that you're sitting in the jail?
Not
Blame
my
yourself
fault.
for telling lies. You mean it's not your fault? What do you mean it's not your fault, sweetheart? If you'd have told them the truth and not lied about everything, they wouldn't.
Do me a favor, just tell me what Tony's number is. I don't want to talk to you right now. Forget it.
I said, couldn't be me. It also let me know that Casey had the type of parents who were for sure going to cover up for her. Even if they found out the truth, she would still be able to spin it to where she would make them believe whatever she wanted them to believe, because they were scared to lose their connection with her. I feel like her mama was the type of mama who let her run around and do whatever the fuck she wanted to, and all she had to do was throw a temper tantrum, and she tried that gentle parenting shit on her daughter. But you know how there's some kids, doesn't matter the race at all, there's just some kids who you can't do no gentle parenting with. I can't talk to you nice, kid. I'm sorry, but you just not gonna listen. I tell you, get off the little dirt bike because you want to keep on going up and down in the field. You're about to break your damn neck, and guess what you want to go out there and do? Keep doing it. So get your ass in the house. You're just gonna have to sit up here and cry now in the corner, and you better not get the hitting on me, because you know how there's those kids too. They might go sit in the corner, but then they come out swinging on you. Oh. See, the girl don't know no authority, and I could just tell by how her parents were coddling her. Let's take it back. In June 2008, Casey Anthony's 2-year-old daughter Kaylee had went missing. What was even crazier is Casey wasn't the one to report her. It was her mother, Cindy. And this happened a whole month later in July. Now, the reason why that was because her daddy got a phone call that the car they let her borrow and go on this work excursion that she lied to him, said she was going to go do, got impounded. The tow lot was like, hey, come pick up your car. He like, what? Why is my car there? They go pick it up. They open the trunk, and for some reason, the trunk smells like death. And that's exactly what the mama says on the 911 call. When the dispatcher is asking why it took so long to get reported directly to Casey, Casey's like, oh, I decided to use alternative measures to go ahead and find my daughter. We all know this is the beginning of some bullshit. Once the investigation gets started, she's making up who done took her, saying it was a nanny that she met through somebody while she was working down at Disney World or Disneyland or Disney Studios. Turns out the bitch didn't even have no job there. Of course, with the evidence that they were able to find, there was nothing they could pin on her because of how long it had been. Finally, in December 2008, Kaylee's remains were discovered inside of the Winnie the Pooh blanket. Her little body was stuffed in a trash bag with duct tape found next to it. To this day, her cause of death remains undetermined. But the prosecution argued that Casey used suffocation and chloroform in order to murder her daughter. The trial of the decade started in 2011. Once it hit the media, everybody knew this bitch as a horrible mother. There was nothing that she could say. There was no amount of fake ass tears that she could cry that convinced the public that she did not do this. So when it was time to go ahead and get her case going, they had to find jurors who wasn't even in her area. From what I understand, basically have the jurors on lockdown so they couldn't hear nothing about the story because the public was so outraged that it took this long to find the remains of a child just minutes away from her home. So imagine, Casey has led the police in different directions on purpose, knowing all the while her child is less than a couple of minutes away from the damn house. The prosecutor said that Casey was selfish, that she was a party goer, that she just wanted to live her own life, be carefree, because the bitch is so dumb, she posted all of that on her social media. Even posted a new tattoo that meant like beautiful life or some shit after her kid died. Now, after my son died, me and my family got only the strong survive. That wasn't no, oh, we are living the best life type of thing. It's like, damn, now we have to survive this. So it didn't make sense as to how she was so happy while her kid had been discovered as being dead and thrown into just some swampland close to her house. How are you so ecstatic? How are you feeling like you got your life back? Then Casey's janky ass lawyer, who was speculated to also be in love with her but couldn't make moves on the bitch because he had a wife, a child, a pregnant wife at that at home, so he was just obviously flirting with her in broad daylight. There were even guards who worked at the prison who said that when the lawyer came in there, oh, Casey was straighten up. She would try to get her hair together, her face together. She would light up because she was about to see her man. Her lawyer. Then her old cellmate, Robin, had been telling them, she said she was in love with him. She just loved his face. Loved him. Me and her were developing a loving thing too, but she had a lot of love for him. Bitch, ain't this, you know what? Anyway, now the lawyer's sitting up here saying that Kaylee accidentally drowned and it was George's idea, the daddy. It was his idea to cover it up. Then they go to accusing the grandfather of sexual assault on Casey, which was never proven. He tried to take himself out the game, but he ended up waking up. All this extra shit that just says, y'all are guilty and you have guilty conscience because why are you doing this? Despite the strong circumstantial evidence, Casey was still found not guilty on charges of murder, child abuse, child neglect. She was only found guilty of lying to law enforcement. And she walked away from the whole thing in 2011. After the trial, Casey Anthony lived a quiet life in Florida until she came back out in that Peacock documentary, Casey Anthony, Where the Truth Lies. And I said, Peacock, y'all ain't shit for covering this story how y'all did, because it made it seem like Casey was the victim and she was being so abused how she told the story. You know, she's a real pretty girl. She got pretty privileged. And in that documentary was where she claimed that her father was responsible for Kaylee's death. And since nobody knew what to do, he made the decision for them to go ahead and cover it up. So she was just following what he said do. And now Casey is back in the spotlight saying she's a legal damn advocate. Girl, what?
Today is a Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011, and in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done.
She's crazy. I mean, what? You mean to sit up here and tell me you coming online to advocate for the daughter that you killed? I don't think that you need to advocate for that. I think that you just need to own up to what you did and go back to jail. This is how you know she got a guilty conscience, because she's so busy trying to clean up what she did. For anybody who's watching Married at First Sight, you know how Madison is going off on Michelle for the whole thing that is going on with David. It's because she has a guilty conscience, because she knows she was doing some shit she ain't have no business doing, and now she wants everybody to look at her like, oh, as long as y'all find love, we ain't gonna care about it, we ain't gonna judge y'all, even though y'all are cheating on y'all's legal spouses, we ain't gonna say nothing because y'all found love, because you don't want that guilty conscience on you telling you that you did the wrong thing. That's how you develop a strong moral code and character. You think to yourself, oh, what is the consequences of my actions? Me going to jail for life because I killed my daughter. So since I know that I don't want to be no mama, let me take accountability and leave her with my parents. Sounds like she had great parents who would have took great care of that girl. You wanted your attention so bad. Oh, Casey, and you bringing your ass online talking about you want to be a fucking legal advocate for your daughter. You're the problem. You're the issue, stupid.
The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself.
We don't care, bitch.
I'm doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity.
What? On TikTok?
Forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity. My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people, to give people tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to. So with that, please join me on Substack. If you have questions, I will set up an email address where we can correspond directly. Up until this point, that has never happened, and it's only going to be on a limited basis regarding legal issues, legal matters. One of the main reasons that I'm doing that, there are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things occur, and when necessary, people needed to step up, myself included. So as a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community, women.
Oh, bitch, that's not the community to go into, and you done did that to your kid. I'm sorry. I'm telling you now, everybody cares about kids. Everybody does care about kids. But with us now being able to see families of same-sex marriages and seeing some of them struggle with being able to adopt or having complications in this process called family with them, they not about to sit up here and support your ass coming over to their side talking about, I'm an advocate for them and this, and then I'm gonna also do. You killed your kid. None of us want to have you in our community because you represent a bad brand. You're a child killer. Shit, people in prison wasn't even fucking with you from what I heard. Shit, I heard that the officers had to tell people, go in their cells and tell them. Do not pick on her just because she did do something that we don't know she may not have done. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah, bitch. Talking about I'm gonna be here, but girl.
That's right. I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at as a blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008.
What?
With that, these aren't going to be perfect. They're not going to be edited. Most of the time, they're not going to be short. I am proverbially standing in the light, embracing this piece, still going to keep my privacy intact. So you will get very comfortable with my car.
Yeah.
And I will explain in great detail why it's so important for people to protect their privacy. It's not just important to public figures, it's even more important to private individuals. And with the current climate in our country especially, it's that much more important, which is why I am utilizing the Substack platform. Yes, I am advertising this and publishing this on TikTok, possibly also through other meta platforms, but my intention is to separate from that and showcase even more why Substack is such an important resource for people to utilize moving forward. Anyway, I appreciate your time, and we'll see how this goes.
Okay, so here's the Substack. I am subscribed to her because I just made up a little account in case y'all want me to actually keep up with what she's about to lie about. It has been more than 16 years since my name became a household one. Oh, could you imagine Kaylee now? So now Kaylee would be 17 years old. Oh, I bet she probably would have been in cheer or volleyball. Or, you know what? That girl might have been a softball player because she had them little chunky little forearms. She might have been good at throwing a softball. She probably would have been living with her grandparents, too. Girl would have just learned how to drive, have her probably a little cute ass little Lexus coupe, maybe a Honda coupe. Oh, she was so cute. Everyone seems to have an opinion about me, about my life. I'm an advocate, a researcher. These are my words. This is my real life. And then can you hear the True Life theme song? Okay, let me see. The presumption of innocence is a sacred right afforded to all individuals arrested in this country. This is not okay, girl. We are living in a time where we are told by political heads of state that we can say and do what we please, and with the help of social media, people tend to act accordingly. Okay, I kind of knew this was going to be irritating. The internet is making us hate people we don't even know. Log off, go out, talk to a real person. The world isn't as divided as they make it seem on screen. Reconnecting a divided world is what I write about every week here, and it's always free, so we can be. Oh, that's what she restacked. Okay, and then let's see, what is her subscription? Let me see, where is it? How I get to it? I remember. Okay, there we go. Okay, so for $10 a month, you'll be able to talk to her. For $100 a year, you'll be able to talk to her. If you want to be a founding member of, I mean, what would they be a founding member of, Casey? For $250 a year? What? Okay, and then for free, you could just look at what we was looking at. Oh, you could actually do, you could do groups. You could gift a subscription. Oh, wow. Oh, Casey, girl, it's crazy how you could do all of this, but you could not find your daughter. Couldn't tell the truth to save your damn daughter's life. And by the truth, I mean, I'm not ready to be a mother, so I got to go ahead and give this daughter up. Couldn't even tell the truth to save your life, but you got all this going. This is Casey's way of feeling better about what she did to her own kid, and we are not about to buy it. Her being on TikTok was a strategic move because she knows there's a younger generation on TikTok, and oftentimes they find some sort of comfort on the adults who are there because they feel like, well, I'm always scrolling and my parents don't want to talk to me for whatever reason, so I might as well go and talk to this person. That's what Casey's trying to do. But thank God for people like me, other TikTokers, other YouTubers who are like, oh no, girl, no, we remember what you did. Otherwise, Casey would probably really be able to get away with this type of stuff, and overnight she's already about to clock like over $1,000, if not more, based on who wants to donate to her. She was able to get out of jail because a fan wanted to get her out to prove to people that she didn't do it. And you know, nowadays it's very popular for people to attach to inmates, not just in Ashley's case, but overall. Remember Wade and how women were fangirling over him, talking about how he was so protective? Shoot, even there's some women who are fangirling over women being incarcerated and saying, no, she didn't really mean to hurt her children. Why do you think Casey got this set up? Because there's people out there who believe her. So let me know what you think in the comments. I would be more than happy to go over more cases like this. I know I have gotten some requests for some true crime cases. It's just very difficult to build a good story and not make it too heavy. We have enough negativity going on in the world. I feel like stress is always going to come to our front door, and I really want the neighborhood to be a place where we come, we talk our shit, we're able to laugh, smile, cry, find connection, and then still be positive at the end of this thing. So as I find that balance, please continue to rock with me. Make sure you guys are following me everywhere at the Just Kaysen brand. Over on TikTok and Instagram, I am giving my updates and reviews on things like Dr. G and him not being over quad, and of course the whole Married at First Sight scandal. They need to go ahead and just hire me. I know who to hook up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with that notification bell on so you catch me each and every single time I am here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.